And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Division 2 Elite Series promotion tournament of the ESLOL. Of course, with me and with QG on my side, best and wonderfulest caster of all time, a Luxembourgish scene. Welcome back, QG.
Yeah, thank you.
Always. And not only you are a banger, but also this matchup, Dynasty against PERTINAX. What a game! PERTINAX actually just stomping Dynasty. I mean, that's not an outcome I would have seen before that. Would you have predicted a 1-0 for PERTINAX, or is it a surprise for you?
It's a surprise for me. For the team-wise, but draft-wise, it wasn't a surprise.
Okay.
I'm all for the go buttons, and I'm kinda always right with my go buttons, so I will stay with my go buttons. And yeah, I love my go button. I actually have to buy one,
Yeah, I mean, you could just get like 100k YouTube subscribers, then you get a button, and then you just name it Go Button instead of YouTube Button, right?
Yeah,
That would be a perfect plan, I guess.
Maybe
Just a silver Go Button.
Maybe Rift Entertainment can buy me a Go button. Who knows?
I mean, that would be so amazing. Just, I mean, instead of the YouTube logo with this triangle, just Go. Just just stand Go.
or there's like the I imagine the guys that are on the airfield when the plane lands with the things. Just go.
Just go, yeah. I will actually in the next break I will Google how much like a silver plate costs. I mean, if they just where you can print whatever you want, and if they just tell me 10 euros and we just make a little plate and we can write Go on it, I will buy it.
Yeah, and then we have to show it every time there's a Go button play, and maybe Regie will cut us into a highlight video or something when the cams are on, like then we show like the Go button.
That would be so amazing.
Yeah.
Just a little Go button, eh? That would be so awesome. Anyway, yeah, we have a series on our hands, and I mean, maybe it's not that surprising if we think about that. PERTINAX stomped almost, or not maybe stomped, but I mean they won 3-0 again, 3-1 against ESLOL. So maybe it's not the biggest surprise, but for me, Dynasty came into the series as clear favorite. So kind of surprising, at least. So let's see what both teams come up in the next game. I believe we might, because Dynasty is again playing blue side. Last game, I believe they banned the Akali, the Ahri, and let me check.
Let's cheat.
Let's cheat, and the Kha'Zix, of course. And yeah, I believe that just because those are free target bans, you could just swap them around. I don't believe that you need like ban Akali and Ahri. I mean, especially not Akali. Akali just picking it blind in the first 3 picks, in my opinion, isn't like worth it. So you could maybe wait with the Akali ban and just. But what should you realistically ban out? I mean, Mr. Hub is just an amazing Kaiser. He just will always pick it. Even though he played it against a Pokemon, right? And he still survived and crushed it. So I think he will play Tsaya again, just with his engage support, just with like engage top lane like they did in every single game, just with engage jungle like they did in every single game. I mean, if you just think about it, normally like in the 3 games which they won against ESLOL, they played Sejuani, Y, and Braum, then Sejuani, Trundle, and Alistar, then Aatrox, Trundle, and Alistar. So they will just pick frontliners on 3 lanes, just 2 good carries, just play front to back, just play hard engage. That's what PERTINAX is doing in every single game almost. With a good skirmishing jungler, Ahri, Vi, Trundle. I think the only surprise is the Kha'Zix, but Kha'Zix get banned out, so they have Sing Sao, so they just go for an early skirmish jungler, triple frontline, 2 good carries. You cannot outban that. So those target bans don't really mean a lot for PERTINAX.
No, and it's also that they are so good. The bruisers are so good at the moment that you have to actually consider banning them or actually picking them.
There's the Xayah ban against Mr. Up. It's his most comfort pick. So maybe that's a plan. Maybe that's actually a good plan. Just banning out comfort from one of the best players in PERTINAX team. But the other bans are the same like last time, and I think last game we had Chase first pick, right?
No, Kai'Sa.
Kai'Sa, yeah, okay.
I think in a poke comp you always pick Kai'Sa first to ensure the AP AD poke.
Okay, but there's Sari. And it's Dark Unique Q Sari, I believe. We saw it plenty in the spring and summer season from him, so it's definitely one of his better ADCs. And now the big question comes that Ahri was banned, so Ahri is now picked. And maybe we see Ahri Y or something, but no, there's just Kai'Sa, the most played solo queue champion from Mr. Up.
Yeah, the Kai'Sa is just good with everything. Like I said before, you can play with poke, you can play with engage, you can play her with a full dive comp, you can play her with a kiting comp. If you're getting dived, you can just and that's the counter pick against the Ahri. That's the Lissandra. She also got buffed.
Yep.
So the matchup is a bit more favored on Lissandra's side. Then probably have a jungler or a support here. I think you should go for support.
Yeah, I mean support counter pick usually means that you maybe have like the winning lane just because the support matchup means a lot. So maybe a blind jungle, in my opinion, it's a little bit stronger, but
it doesn't help you in the counter pick doesn't help you in the mid to late game.
Yeah, of course, but it's all about
phase and then it's over.
Yeah, it's all about laning phase. It's all about prio. It's all, and I mean, Braum against melee engage supports is always a really good thing. You can never almost just blind pick Braum because then you just get a Lulu or something and just get out poked. But against the Alistar, against the Nautilus, Braum is a really strong pick. So, good decision here by PERTINAX. And I believe they banned out. They banned maybe the Ornn last game, and I believe that with now Braum you don't need to ban the Ornn, and you now just try to ban out some of Humulu's specials, and the Udi is definitely a Humulu special.
Yeah, I think Udi is such a funny champ. He's such a stat beast.
Viego. I believe they ban out Viego. Yeah, because Lissandra, you just lock down one target, burst it down,
oh, yeah, I see.
Get the Viego reset. That's my opinion. But maybe Viego is not fitting in a team compromise. No, they ban out Kindred, which could mean that they will pick like a weak jungler or something who gets invaded really good by Kindred, like a Trundle or something. I mean, she just jumps over the pillar, just kites you, or maybe something else. I mean, there are some tanks who just get crushed by Kindred in the early game, so maybe it will be a tank and a jungle. Who knows?
You can go Sejuani with the Braum.
Yeah,
that's actually
just the go button.
Yeah, it's an auto attack go button, so everybody can do the go button.
Yeah, then you have just double stacking Freyord's combo stuff with Braum and
Yeah.
Sejuani.
Yeah.
Good work.
It's the Iceborne power. Oh, oh.
He predicted it. He is a madman, and
Do,
it's
do,
all.
do you know
It's
that when Braum came out, I was playing in a team, and I was the jungler, and when we could pick Braum, we almost always picked Sejuani just because of the fact you can CC for so long and you can choose how you want to CC. It was back in, I don't know, 2016 or something.
Yeah, the special thing about the Sejuani pick is that actually PERTINAX's top laner plays Sejuani, so you have actually a flex pick here, which means that they can still choose where to go. Viego, like I said, is a good pick in my opinion, and Zac top lane probably, maybe Viego top lane. I mean, they still could flex around if they want to. Normally Zac is a good pick into some Prusas because you could just out-sustain them, especially against something like Irelia and stuff. Zac can work really well normally in the laning phase. And there's Volibear, so we still have flex picks. Who knows where Volibear is going? Who knows where Sejuani is going? And Zac and Viego, I mean, they could still flex it. I think they have time to like 20 seconds or 25 or something. I don't know what the official rule is, but
getting the Volibear into the jungle, setting up the CC from Sejuani, hitting the E, the Q, W, proc the press the attack, then the E comes out from the Volibear and Zac is dead.
Yeah.
There's so much max HP damage in the early game. And then you can combine that on the bot lane with Braum hitting a Q, then Kai'Sa just does Kai'Sa stuff. And the Volibear comes later, just hits an E, and then boom. Then the thunderstorm from outside my apartment comes into the game and just smacks everything. Bam.
Bam. Yeah, but I mean, if you just think about it, like I said, or Volibear again is a skirmish jungler. He just wants those 1v1s, 2v2s. Like I said, double, triple front line, 2 good carries. Just going for the catchers, going for those team fights. I mean, last time it was basically the same with Sing Sao, just going for a catch into a team fight. Now with Volibear, maybe not too mobile because he has no jump, but he can just run, right? So it should work out the same in Dynasty with a completely new game plan. From poke split push to team fight resets. Let's fucking go. Dynasty against PERTINAX. Game number 2. You already see PERTINAX with the 1-0 lead. What will this game bring? Which team combo is better? Quick analysis. Which one do you like more?
Yeah, which has more go buttons? It's
Dynasty. Hard to tell. Okay. So Dynasty is winning.
I see 2 go buttons on PERTINAX. Well, with Volleyball I see 3, but that's not a really go button. I see Zac, I see Homolu, I see Frankie, and I see Crablord. That's 4.
Yeah, I mean, normally Merlin with a good charm can engage. Yeah, Sejuani, we have Volibear, even a Braum Flash Ultimate can engage. I mean, you have 4 engages as well on the other side. And sometimes, I don't know if you remember that, but like there was like an ADC called Attila. He played with Vitality, and sometimes he just, or even I mean, one of the some of the greatest ADCs in the world on Kai'Sa, just W someone, jump into the backline, kill the target, go into Sonia's. So I mean that's engaged sometimes as well, right? So maybe we have 5 engages on PERTINAX's side.
If your team doesn't want to engage, you have to engage yourself, right?
Yeah. Sometimes you need to do the dirty work, right? But yeah, I mean, but so you like Dynasty's Team Cup more?
Yeah, it's better than before.
Yeah.
I really like it more. Um, I think it's the Zeri Alistar lane is hard to play against a Braum because it's very punishable. The Crapalot will have a hard time if he goes in. If you take Aftershock, you are not that punished that hard by Braum, in my opinion. But he goes for the Glacial Augment, so his ADC is safer.
Yeah.
And then you see just Merlin poking.
Oh man. So that could be definitely an interesting game for both sides. We see some changes. But especially with this Volibear, we will still see some early game action, I would assume. At the moment, trading looks fine for both mid laners. They actually both play with Corruption Potion and go for a lot of early game auto-attack trades, which both junglers actually like. Because of if a lane is trading so much, you can try to go for those ganks, right? So both mid laners need to play carefully because at the moment they are playing with fire.
Yeah, and they also fight heavy. And they have red done, so both junglers are on bot side now. No, Homelu goes for top crab because they know that Volibear is downside. Let's go for the free top crab because they don't want to skirmish the Volibear early on.
Yeah, and Ari had to push, so Lysandra needed to go base, then TP it back, so they had no midline prio. So it's really dangerous to go for a crab if you don't have like prio. That's the reason why he goes for top lane, because there actually Hasagi has tons of prio at the moment.
Oh, and
Oh, Sejuani now could be in danger, needs to flash, probably flash Q or something just to get out, yeah. There it is, so at least she's safe, but needed to burn flash. Really well played by Hasagi, actually.
yeah, and also taking, normally you take, when you go top lane, you take the Ignite teleport on Sejuani. But it's defensive to take the flash.
Ignite probably is more like the solo Q type of play. But
I saw it because she's very skirmish heavy and she kind of needs to cut down the Zac healing. It would be good because
yeah,
Zac
sure.
has Conqueror,
Sure,
so
sure.
it will probably go Demonic Embrace first item and can then build a different thing.
A different thing. Yeah, true. Conqueror. It's
No, he's
just
go for
an
Sunfire.
interesting rune. Yeah, I mean, he will go full tank anyway. I mean, there could be the potential for maybe a demonic embrace or something, just because enemy team is kinda tanky. But he will probably just go full tank, which makes sense. I mean, he's a full tank, so why not going full tank? With some traits and always the healing back, which is pretty toxic actually, if you don't deny him those little plops. And it's a first strike, like in the first game. We have Pertinax with 5 out of 5 drakes so far.
Yeah, PERTINAX is controlling is under dragon control. I also like that skin, the Victorious Sejuani one. It's one of the best they made.
No, Poro Rider is a try. Or do you mean best Victoria skins?
Best Victorious skin.
Okay. Yeah, I never played it, I never saw it actually. So I can't talk about it. But like the best Sejuani skin is definitely Poro Rider. I mean, come on, you are riding a Poro. I mean, Is there something better? They should do something with a cat. They should do like cat
Why
riding
no?
Sejani.
What Garfield or what?
Yeah, yeah, actually, like a big orange cat. Why not?
A big orange cat? No, it needs to be a white cat actually.
Or maybe a tiger or something. Just a big beefy cat. Why not?
Why not? Because there are too many cats in the game.
Yeah, and then I mean just think about the recall animation. Uh, the rider Sejani just jumps up, sits into a chair, and like the
Uh-huh.
cat goes round and round and round and like you know those round cat balls, right? Where the cat just like is almost like a donut, just sleeping with the head in like the tail and stuff. Do you know? Did you never saw a cat sleeping?
Nah, I never owned a cat. I'm a dog person. What do you want me
Yeah,
to say?
but just think about it. And then she just sits there in the chair and looks how the cat is sleeping, and maybe pets her or something. I mean, what would that be as a recall animation? I mean, that would be so wonderful. Cat riding the journey. I'm voting for it.
Maybe you should go write a ticket to the support. I have an idea. Do cat ride a Sejuani.
Support isn't really talking with me. Actually, I had one really crucial thing with support, but it's like maybe two or 3 years ago, maybe even 4 or 5. Because I have an account where I only played Poppy, like really only played Poppy. So mastery points only on Poppy. Not a single other champion has mastery points, yeah. And then sadly, and it's really sad, I got invited into Aram and I played one game of Sona without knowing it. And when I checked my profile, I now have like 100 points on Sona or something. It looks so stupid. It looks so bad. Because it was an only Poppy account, and now I have like mastery points on Sona. And then I wrote the Riot support actually, and I asked
To
them,
remove the points?
"Can you remove mastery points?" I mean, probably there's just one database somewhere where there's just a table with mastery points stored, and you could just delete the entry. It would be so easy for a technician. Just one little delete on the mastery points.
And then, oops, I deleted account. Oh.
Yeah, but Riot Support just said no, we can't. And that's a lie. And that's a lie because you could. I'm pretty sure that they could, but maybe not the Riot Support. But some technician deep into the Riot headquarters, he could do it.
You have to write Medler an email or something. Maybe
So
he can
sad.
do some stuff. No, you can remove mastery points. If you don't want the mastery, just do nothing.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I mean my case is really like special. I mean, not having mastery points on something else. I mean, just think about it. I'm
How do you
really
do that?
special.
What if Poppy is picked or banned? What do you do?
I dodge.
You dodge? You
I
really
dodge.
do?
I really dodge. Yeah.
So you do
If I'm autofilled, I'm actually playing Poppy on every lane.
What if you
But
auto lane on bot?
yeah, I played actually one support autofilled game, and I won
Yeah,
it.
that works. That
Yeah.
works.
But
And you can
as
also play him mid.
ADC I wouldn't. But yeah, mid lane Poppy is really easy. Jungle Poppy also. So, but usually as a top laner you don't get filled, so I don't need to think
Yeah,
about it.
yeah. There's an internet site for League. You can see a recap. I saw that in. Damn, I just deleted the tab on my phone. Oh god.
Maybe you could see what.
It was there's a recap like Spotify Wrapped from the 2022 season, and they just tell you your KDA, your damage, how many clicks you did, how many spells you clicked.
Oh yeah, I know.
And I'll just look it up. Or send it to you. I want you to send me your thing.
Yeah, I actually did them. But just for those circles with the champion mastery points.
It's year in .lol.
Yeah.
I'll
Anyway.
send it later.
Anyway, like Herald play, actually PERTINAX wants to fight it because they swapped their top lane, bot lane top and bot lane top. So they want to try to maybe fight it. Olivia and Humulu at the moment are fighting. Zac jump goes wide. Nobody is really engaging so far. Oh, Crabrock tries to go in, but Zac is now alone into darkness with 3 people. He might get killed, but no, Homulu dies. And there's the 1-for-1 at the moment, but they probably can kill Braum. They just flash on him. Hasagi gets the kill, but in the meantime, you also get Frankie, so it's a 2-for-2. Meanwhile, Zeri against Sejuani. So 2-for-2 is probably fine, but maybe a little bit better for Dynasty. Just because Zac and Vigo got a kill, and on the other side Leolas got a kill, so the gold isn't worth too much.
Yeah, but a 2-for-2 trade is actually not that bad for both teams. But especially for the squishier Makalar, who went for the Sheen build, so he's probably going for the Iceborne Gauntlet. Or the Divine Sandra, if you want to skirmish.
Oh, Leolas just got caught there against 3 people. I mean, he has the Prom Shield, but Prom Shield isn't enough. And in the meantime, Mr. Hub has some problems against Hasagi. He does not even get the passive.
Snipe.
So, yeah, they could try to still fight it. I mean, Makala is around the corner. There comes even a teleport by Sejuani, so they still want to fight all objectives. Oh, the flash play, but he gets shut down by the Sejuani. Humulu tried his best, but in the end it's a 1-for-1, and of course Herald, and the second object of the game goes to PERTINAX.
Yeah, and it looks, yeah, Humulu knew he would die, so he just tried to take out Mr. Hub to get some extra gold. And that's actually not that bad, but it didn't win this as planned, so it's quite unfortunate for him.
Yeah. And
I think
Drag is spawning.
Yeah, I think that Soul Fighter Vigo sword is so big.
Yeah, I actually never saw the skin, but it looks so big. You know the skin game better than me. I know nothing basically. Drake
No,
gets
I played a lot of Arena.
started now.
Yeah.
But Humulu is just too late. So they can probably not go in there. I mean, he could try to go for the steal. Sejuani comes from top. There comes even a teleport from Ari. So that's a full-fledged team fight. Now the big problem is who can survive, who is dying, and already 2 are down. But now you have the resets. Vigo is already dead, so double kill at the moment for Mr. Hub. And the Drake still is there. Double kill. Both junglers are actually dead, so no team can really try to go for something. Hasagi is still with the passive. So
but they still have a sack.
No. They can
so
go for it. I mean, Mr. Hub is still there. So they could go for at least a kill on Alistar, but no.
Oh.
Leolas is a little bit too tanky, but there's Ari. Ari tries to steal it. Ari gets it! Oh! Merlin with the play, and now they even try to get the kill onto Frank. He is burning, but the burning is not enough. But what a play there by Merlin, getting in clutch.
Yeah, and then having 6 out of 6 dragons is just a statement here. Merlin with the Q steal, and I think he has now to play with his flash. Comes down. Oh, nice.
Yeah, but there's Makala. Makala gets the passive out of Hasagi. The big problem is Zeri is loaded up, so you cannot kill the plops from Hasagi.
Yeah. But it is what it is. You get Zack's fingers out. Merlin only need to flash. Merlin probably didn't know that you can interrupt the flying animation of Zack with E, so he flashed for safety reasons. He does it a bit earlier. He didn't need to flash. That's fine, it's for safety. Better to burn a cooldown than die. And death is permanent, a cooldown comes back.
Not completely permanent, because at the moment at least you respawn. In League of Legends at least. Oh, Mr. Up gets knocked up, gets pushed into the turret. Big shutdown to Humelu. So that was a big one. His Mr. Up just was a little bit too far forward and did not see the flash engage by Kerplot.
Yeah, and Makula is even ahead in farm. No, it looks like he's behind in snacks, ahead in farm. But Diego has more kills in KP, so there's more gold. Also, he had 3 boots, and Makula didn't.
And he already has Plate of the Rune King built up and loaded. Makula is probably close to Iceborne Gauntlet, but still not ready. So
next pack.
Yeah, it could happen indeed. It's really a close game too. Dynasty is playing way better than in the first game. I mean, still they lost a lot of objectives, but at least from gold they are not too far behind. So still everything is fine for them. The biggest problem for PERTINAX is Sumulu so far. They really need to burst him down. If he gets the resets, then he is pretty strong, so they really need to kill him. And
yeah, but how do you want to kill the Zack if he has Sunfire already? And if he now immediately goes for the Spirit Visage and skips the Mythic, I think he will not be killable. And then later on, as for the item, just go for the Jaksho, and then you will never die. If you go Jaksho now, you also never die, but it's better for sustaining and laning against the Ahri.
I think there are ways to kill him, even though it takes a lot of time, but I mean, he is not unkillable.
No, he's... But with the Conqueror and the healing from the passive, there's really a lot that can happen.
That's true. That's true. Next Herald is probably spawning soon. That's the reason why the whole Dynasty squad is still around the top side. So they want to secure it, but also Drake is up, so we might see some little trade with both objectives, or maybe even one team securing both if they win a good team fight. But at the moment Tumulu leads the charge through this Herald. Top laners are not there, but Sejuani at least has teleport. And now there comes the teleport, can Suck stop it, but no he can't, so he comes too late. That's the winning teamfight at the moment. Frankie ulting himself just to survive, but he is dead, and that's the Herald for PERTINAX, probably. I mean, just Lissandra died, and Zack is in the mid lane, so they maybe try to play around it, but now they can't. It's just another object for PERTINAX. And now Humelu and his squad goes to Drake and tries to go for a little sneaky trap here. Who is face checking it? Makula runs into it. It's a good team fight. Zeri deals tons of damage, and it looks good for Dynasty. Oh, it's so close in the end, but they get him. So it's just 3 kills for nothing. Really well played there. Good Fnatic crush by Dynasty, and with that they can easily secure this Drake.
Yeah, it was no ping pong this time around. Or with the Fnatic rush. But wow, what What a turn up! The trap worked. And there's 7th dragon out.
Yeah. I mean, nobody checked the brush. Nobody you can check it with Volibear's Thunderstorm or with Kaiser's Void Seeker. Just throwing something into the brush would have helped. But no, they just run into it straight because they had the fear that Dynasty would rush down the Drake. So just a miss decision by PERTINAX, getting punished for that, which really hurts them. Because now some of the gold lead is done so. And of course, oh no, they try to go for Frankie. Frankie can't really... Oh, he can reconnect! But there is his ultimate, so he kinda survives so far. Makala has a lot of damage and they tower dive him just easily with that. Some more gold for the Ahri.
Yeah, and Maklar just shuts down the tower and says, no tower, you're not hitting me. That's the cool thing about the Thunder God. Just with electricity, you can just shut down magic.
Yes, Umraker, man. He is just the Umraker.
Oh damn.
That
yeah,
was a
he has
funny
the
item. Best
But
item.
nobody used it.
Yeah,
Until one pro made a play in a pro scene, and then the item was deleted after.
but do you remember this Void Portal?
Yeah,
That
the
was
ZZ Rod
crazy.
one.
CZ Rod, yeah, CZ Rod was crazy, man, crazy.
The
Just those
stats
little
were
minions.
crap though.
Yeah, but it was really cool to see those little minutes. And then like those 70-minute games where all 5 members would just buy CZ Rod, place it in base, sell the item just to get the portal, just to have some more minions to defend. That was
Yeah.
so crazy.
The turtle strat.
Oh man, CZ Rod was so amazing. Oh, there's engage onto Leodas. Leodas maybe can survive, but no, there's just too many Dynasty members and even Makala dies. So with that winning teamfight, we might see a Baron from Dynasty now. And without Makala, stealing will be pretty hard. Traplord even trapping here, looking for Kaiser, but Kaiser is not approaching the Baron, so in the end it's just the Baron for Dynasty. And it's a really quick one as well, 20 minutes and they secured Baron.
Yeah, and that's probably Triforce for Humulu. And now the Viego is unleashed. He has 2 items. He goes for the Black Cleaver. Now he will be tanky as hell. And will shred. But yeah, the Zag is unkillable. As I said, he's 309, not 306. He has 90% kill participation. And I think it's all on Humulu, he has 100%. As Craplord has.
Yeah.
And it looks much better than the first game.
With the
They
Baron
are
buff,
in
you
control.
cannot secure those turrets. So it's
Oh.
just easy to
There's a flank.
track it down. Yeah,
Flank
there's
at me.
Sejuani, good Sejuani ult, and they try to engage onto the front line, can't miss up, carry it, but at the moment just the front line is dying. Oh, Braum survives even, that looks not too bad, but in the end it's just 2 kills for Dynasty, at least 1 return kill for Mr. Hub, but they just hit them with the coin purses, and it's just too much of a gold lead. And the front line is just not strong enough. Braum, Sejuani, they just fall like flies. And with this Baron, Dynasty can maybe try to finish it, but they maybe just go for this inhibitor. So death timers, at least for them, are not long enough in their opinion. They just want to go base and maybe try to secure the second, the third Drake, the fourth Drake.
Yeah, and it's also, it's not mountain, it's camp tech, and also helps the Zac a bit with the healing. And then you see that Here the kill participation is still with Homolo and Crab Lord.
Oh, Crablaws has
Yes.
some fun. Jonas just can't get out, but Drake is spawning. And at the moment I don't believe that PERTINAX will try to even defend it, just because they would play against Baron. They are behind. So just too much of a risk to really fight it. And that's the reason why we see Makula on the top side. Just to clear some more camps, just to get some more gold. Just to maybe fight a different fight later. Teleport actually from Lissandra on the top lane. A little bit wasteful in my opinion. Makula got engaged. But no, there comes the counter engage. I tried to get Humulu, but they just don't have enough go buttons. No, Mr. Hart jumping in, but he has no damage against the Zac. And Oseri can maybe kite it back, can maybe run away. So that was a good attempt by PERTINAX, but just not enough damage to even kill one of them.
Yeah, and Dynasty still have Viego ult and Lissandra ult, and PERTINAX has nothing. They couldn't kill the Zac. So there's still Zac. There's still the problem. He gets even more tanky after the Spirit Visage. So there's even Merlin who can't kill him. Merlin with the Soul Stealer.
Yeah, that's the comeback Soul Stealer. If he wins the team fight, then he is really, really huge. But it's just a gamble, and I mean, it's not the only chance. But I mean, it could work, and that's the beauty about Magi. You can maybe with one good fight just stack it, and you get so much extra gold, so to say.
It's a gamble you have to take, actually.
Yeah.
So because you're behind 6k even. The Viego is just running around, can do what he wants.
Yeah, but you cannot really kill him, and like those Merc threats on 3 people has so much value against those many stuns. Basically every single champion here has a stun. Some even have 2, so you really are in trouble. So those Mercuries help to get out, help to maybe move, to ult out, to flash out. So it's a good decision, of course, by Holo and by the rest of the squad.
Also, Makla will not is not getting stronger. Oh,
Would I try it? But yeah, I mean,
no.
That was the whole engage.
Yeah, that was it.
That's not enough.
Makla is not getting stronger because Dynasty is just killing his camps, so he can't do anything. He's now moneyless until they win a fight or Dynasty goes back, so he can get at least a few camps. There you see the Volibear poke coming out.
Yeah, they just go on to Leolas, he jumps away. He still has his shield, good disengage at the moment by Team PERTINAX, but there's the first one to fall. And with this first reset, they can just go for more double kill for Dark UniQ. That looks really, really good, but at least some sort. Oh, that could be the pentakill at the moment for Dark UniQ. Do they go for it or do they not go for it? I think Merlin even would give it. Maybe they try to go for it, but they just can't. Merlin. Oh, flash traded. They just need to get on him, but I don't think they can. No, even the reset of the inhibitor means that they cannot push. So it's not the end for PERTINAX, just a Quadra for Dark UniQ.
Yeah, the Quadra always greedy for the Penta, but Dark UniQ is a good AD carry and he just says no, I don't need it. I just need the win. But yeah, these two Gemtech Drakes are hard. The Zeki is for so much. I just want to point it out because people are forgetting these Drake buffs actually. That they are pretty good. At least some are pretty good.
Yeah, now there's the engage onto Mr. Harp, and he is just too far forward, so he dies. And with this reset onto Kaiser, they have a lot of damage. Plenty. And now they even get the second kill. Humulu is a little bit deep, but he has his whole squad up his sleeves, and with that, they can just engage on it and probably finish the game now. They don't need Baron, they don't need the third Drake. Probably just one of those tanks can just tank the turrets. And with that should be game. So we have a series on our hands. It's 1-for-1. It's PERTINAX against Dynasty. Maybe PERTINAX just got Dynasty on the wrong foot in game 1. Maybe just the draft now was better. Who knows? It's 1-for-1 for both teams. And with that, probably a short break. Unless you have something to say.
Yeah, I just want to point out that the Humulu and Crablord had 100% kill participation in this game, and that means they carried the whole thing.
Yeah, it's
just
true.
to point it out.
Just to point it out. Perfect. And with that, let's go into a short break and see you soon at game number 3, PERTINAX against Dynasty.